Entertainment, the perfect blend of paranormal and pop culture, with your host, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang.
I love it. I'm a fan of this. I'm here for it.
Bonjour. And
Bonjour?
welcome to, to another episode of Earthling Entertainment with your hosts, Joe and Ryan.
That's right. I'm your host who just got done building his apocalypse shelter, not for a meteor, but for zombies, Joe Wakefield.
That's a good idea. Hi, I'm Ryan.
Yeah. It's good because you imagine something like a bomb or something like a meteor, you would have to have a lot of like fallout and stuff like that, where zombies, you just need to be secure. Like you could essentially bury a school bus, and as long as you have air filtration and food, you'll be fine. Whereas like that's not going to help you for nuclear fallout.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No,
So it's actually easier to do the zombie one.
yeah. So, I mean, start small, but be prepared.
Yeah, that's
what's
all we're saying.
Yeah, Be prepared, people.
Okay, so guys, if you are returning listeners, welcome back to the show. Thanks for joining us again. Please remember to download the episode. Downloading the episode is the best way to support the show. And actually, we're not joking. We benefit a great deal from those downloads.
Yeah, we do. It helps out. It goes a long way.
It does. And if you are a new listener, you might be wondering, what is this podcast? Like, what exactly do you guys do?
He's going to tell you.
That's right. What we do is pretty much an even split between pop culture and paranormal. And we kind of have like a little bit of a back and forth going on. I used to say it was like an Oreo where it's kind of surrounded by the spooky, but the truth is the banter before the show even starts tends to be kind of pop culture-y.
So we're like a club sandwich?
Yeah, kind of, or like layers,
Yeah, layers.
So it starts with a bit of banter, then we get some spooky stuff, which is some cryptids or hauntings or myths or legends. That, of course, is followed by Earth Pop, which is everything you need to know for Earth Pop culture. After that, we have Disclosure Discussion, which is all about aliens.
That's right.
Finish off with Real World Weird, which is just exactly what it sounds like. When something in our show doesn't really fall under pop culture or paranormal, it gets to the end. It's real, it's weird, and it's Real World Weird.
And it's all entertainment.
That's right.
Just for you.
And that chunk of whatever the hell our metaphor we're using now
That's right, whatever the heck it is
Earthling Entertainment. Welcome.
Welcome indeed. And thank you guys. This is episode 119. And it's been a hell of a journey. And I have to say, today's spooky stuff might very well be in my like new top 5. Like, I don't know where exactly, but this was a good one. And it's true.
All right.
100% true.
See, I thought the Knocklevy would never be dethroned as your favorite.
That one's really good. The Knocklevy, we very well might revisit that another time because I like it so much.
Yeah, but this one, what is it? We're calling it The Beast?
Yes, it is the Beast of Gévaudan.
Ooh, all right. Well, hold your horses, man. It's going to be a sec before we get to spooky stuff.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So I wanted to start the show off real quick with, I was thinking today, and I want to know if I'm wrong, because I got a lot of pushback when I have brought this up to people. I do not think that motorcycle laws should require you to have a helmet. I don't think you should have to wear a helmet at all. I do not think it should be a law.
Okay.
And I kind of feel the same way for safety belts. Now, let me be, there's a clear amendment to this. I think if you're under 18 kids, everybody always has to be strapped in and stuff. But I'm talking about individual people who are driving or on motorcycles. I do not think so. And my theory behind this is the only one who dies is them. Do you think if a motorcyclist flips off his bike and he cracks his head open, that affects anyone else but him?
I mean, you're putting that on me though, right?
No,
Like what if he does something, they skate in between traffic and I know that is legal. So they go through and I don't see him. He comes up fast. Maybe I don't see him and I'm about to change lanes. Now I knock him over. His brains are over my car. That's definitely affecting me.
Okay, it is affecting you,
Like-
I guess, emotionally. But my point is his decision to not wear a helmet only made his death more likely.
No, yeah. And
So why is it a law? Is because I hate to say it, if you get into a motorcycle crash, it's kind of horrific no matter what the case.
Well, actually, you're touching on something. I knew people who were in the biking community, and I remember years back, there was like a vote in Michigan, and everybody was basically kind of saying what you're saying. Like any accident over, I mean, don't quote me on this, allegedly over 30, 35 miles per hour, no
It's
matter
hard
what,
to get up from.
with a helmet or not, it's not going to help. And they were fighting. And as I know now, I think the best I know is you have to pay a fee, I think, to wear, it's like almost like a permit
You
to
can
not
pay
wear
to-
a helmet.
That can't be right.
Oh, yeah. You see people around with no helmets all the time.
I
And
just assume they haven't gotten pulled over. I mean, ever since COVID, the cops don't pull you over for anything.
no, if I remember right, I saw people talking about it who were in the know, and I am not. But that, yes, it's like a permit. You can literally, you pay extra. And so you can go without a helmet.
See, I don't get the concept at all. I mean, I guess I get that. If someone's making money simply because it's a law that you could pay to get around, which by the way, I still don't believe. But if that is real, that makes sense. There's motivation for the law. Someone's making money. But otherwise, I don't. Now, don't misunderstand also, I would wear a helmet. I would
hands
I would
down.
wear my safety belt. I'm
Hands
not
down.
saying I wouldn't. I'm not saying I wouldn't strap my kids in. I'm saying if someone decides not to. But whatever.
You're saying it shouldn't be a law.
I just don't get it. There's a lot of silly laws, you know. There's like one law in an old state where you can't chew gum and walk backwards. I mean, there's a list of like the strangest laws that are like 300 years old.
I was returning cans, and there's a sign that said, if you return cans from another state, like there's like a huge fine and you'll do so much time. I'm like, really?
How is that?
For returning a 10-cent can?
Well, it's 5 cents in that other state.
Oh, is that why?
I
Like,
don't know. I
you're
don't know.
stealing their
But
5
when they
cents.
scan the barcode, isn't it going to tell you? Like they just send it back if you can't return it.
Like yeah, so you you put it through and it gets scanned, then all of a sudden a bunch of SWAT just like come out and just tackle you to the floor. Get up.
I don't know. I don't know,
son
Ryan.
of a bitch.
I had 2 questions I wanted to ask you today, and I guess
Okay.
I guess that was the first one, and then the second one kind of goes with our show a little bit more. And I was thinking about like situations in horror movies because I saw this great movie called Undertone, and I saw it at MJR. Great movie. I'll tell you about that in a sec. But long story short, it was very contained and it felt claustrophobic and isolated. And I thought, like, what would be a worse scenario for you? Would you rather? This is the question.
Okay.
Be abducted by aliens and taken on their ship. So now you're in space. So getting out of there is going to be very difficult. You know, if you figure out an escape pod or how to fly back, whatever. It's a situation where you're kind of stuck. Or would you rather be trapped in a haunted like ghost town or facility where you are isolated due to environmental events? Like let's say it's on a plateau on a mountain you can't climb down, or it's on an island that you can't escape from, or some weather condition. You know what I mean? Which one would you rather be in? So because basically you have to face hostile aliens. Or
Okay, that's
ghosts.
what I was gonna ask. Are these aliens cool or are they hostile?
Well,
they're
we're going to
hostile.
assume as the same level of hostility from both scenarios.
Same level of hostility.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's kind of
crap.
like what scares you more? What do you feel like you're more equipped to deal with?
Man. I mean, I was gonna go with alien spaceship, but now I'm thinking maybe I might be better off at least dealing with like a poltergeist of some sort. You
Yeah?
know, like I feel like that might be more because right, you're up on their ship, and what the hell do they got, right? And what are they gonna do to you? You know what I mean? Are they gonna probe me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there are certain things that could happen that I couldn't defend myself against, right? You know?
I mean, yeah, and it's not just that, it's the whole otherworldly scenario of like you don't know their technology, you don't like what if it's we've seen alien movies where all their technology is like organic based, like they grow. Now, how creepy is that if it's like some weird membrane instead of a normal door? Like that alone is going to mess with your head.
Well, that one scene from Fire in the Sky messed me up as a kid.
Yeah, fair enough. That was a good one. For me, it was the X-Files because I was just really young in the early 90s. My dad and my sister watched it, and there was more than one episode, obviously, that had to do with alien abduction and started my fascination and my fear at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because-
that did the same to me, Fire in the Sky.
Yeah.
That messed me up.
well, you know
Travis
what?
Walker story or whatever.
I'm glad it happened, Ryan, because that's why we do the show. Because
That's right.
because you've been messed up in just the right way.
That's right, guys. Yeah, using trauma for good.
Yeah.
For entertainment purposes.
As every good artist does. Now
That's
let's
right,
go
that's
cry.
Right. Hey,
Uh,
yeah, that's right. Get in, loser. We're going crying, says Robert Smith of The Cure.
Fair enough. So you picked the haunted scenario. So what is your plan here?
All right. So, I mean, I figure when it comes to a haunting, right? Just, first off, figure out a home base. wherever you're at, right? So you said it could be anywhere, right? So
Well, it's like, yeah, I guess, but your home base is still haunted.
correct. So no matter what, it's haunted.
Yeah. So what's worse, basically being scared out of your mind on a spaceship or having psychological torture? Because you imagine the ghosts would be able to manipulate your memories and thoughts and dreams and phantoms.
Well, I mean, my God, I wasn't going that deep into it. They can do all that.
Well,
I just thought they were just gonna be spooky. Yeah.
All right,
they're
fine.
boom,
Let's say they're
like-
just spooky. We don't have to get too far into it.
So
We're not Event Horizoning it.
that's what I'm saying. So I would find let's say we're at a place. There's a bar.
Yeah.
You hold up the bar, like I do the House on Haunted Hill. How Chris Kattan, he just held up the bar, and that's the way to go. So you just
I
hang
guess
out
fair
there,
enough.
and you
He
just
still died in the end.
I mean, you.
By the way, we're talking about the 1999 House on Haunted Hill.
That's right, not
starring Jeffrey Rush.
not the original with Vincent Price.
Although that one was really fun. I like the end with the dancing skeleton. I was all about it.
The fucking skeleton and the rope coming in all slow, and it's
Like-
just like,
Oh,
like,
shit!
oh my God!
Old movies are the best.
They're so fucking good,
Ah.
dude. Vincent Price was the man.
He was. But horror is alive and well in theaters now. So Undertone is the movie I just saw this weekend. Now, a couple of fun facts about Undertone. The reported budget that I saw, and this has not been confirmed by any of the trades, it's just from my research, looks like it was about $500,000. So $500,000.
That is nothing.
It is nothing. And it did pretty well in the theater. It made $9 million in some change.
Hell
yeah,
yeah!
so- Hell of a return. And I saw a brief article where the writer director's like, this could be a trilogy. And it's like, well, you made a big enough return, they'll probably give it to you.
Oh, yeah, they will.
It was good. I did like it. I'm going to talk a little bit about it in a non-spoiler way, and then I'm going to talk for a minute spoilery. And basically, Ryan is not going to be able to react because Ryan said to his lovely girlfriend that they were going to go see it and has requested that I don't spoil it for him.
Yeah, I don't want it spoiled.
Yeah.
And she said she won't listen to this episode until after we see it.
Fair enough. So I'm going to do my best. Right off the bat, this was a really well done movie when it comes to how they decided, like from a filmmaker standpoint, they had minimal actors and minimal sets. And that is always hard to do to keep everybody engaged. And
Yeah.
I was engaged. So the trailer, this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailers. This is about a podcast where they do spooky paranormal things. So, hey, right off the bat, we like it.
Huh, hitting home.
Yeah, exactly. Well, during this podcast, there are recordings that they start listening to, and there's some demon supernatural presence within these recordings that is the unfolding of the whole movie. Kinda, yeah.
What the fuck? is
They
that?
play a lot with kid nursery rhymes and music, and it's really, really creepy. So I want to say right off the bat that Ryan, I feel very seen in this movie because
Oh.
they recorded it. Their supernatural podcast was an audio only podcast.
That's right.
Yeah. So there you go, Ryan.
That's right. There you go. A little behind the scenes.
That's pretty much all I could really say, guys.
Show me the way.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say right now because the rest is going to get into spoilers. So, guys, I'm going to talk for 1 minute, which is a spoiler review. If you do not want to hear anything about the film Undertone, and it just came out this weekend, this is a brand new movie. At this point, it is on you. I'm going to start this clock right now. Ready? Ryan has left the room. All right, and go. So they basically say that this movie is haunted by a demon, which is an old story where a woman who couldn't have kids killed a bunch of kids and mothers, and then died and became a demon. And now she haunts these audio recordings that they listen to, and it basically affects women to kill their unborn children or their recently born children. It is very creepy with that because it is all about baby death. They tell a particularly horrifying story where a woman talks about a person she knew who put a baby in a garbage bag and beat it against a water heater. So nothing is shown, it's just talked about in these audio files and these stories, and it is horrific. And as they listen to these stories, it's unfolding a possession by this couple that they're listening to, and it's the demon who makes you do terrible things to babies. So messed up nursery rhymes, messed up baby screaming and death, and it messes with your head. It is, I didn't like that, but good movie overall. And that is the end of the spoiler section. has a lot of suspense. It has it's slow paced, but they do build the tension well. They do a really good job with only showing 2 actors. I really don't think there was another actor. I didn't see any the whole time. And once again, this isn't spoiler stuff. Um, and that's all I'm going to say. They did a great job for the budget. It was sufficiently creepy. It was sufficiently original. And it is
Cool.
probably something I'll never watch again because it bothered me on the level that anyone who listened to the spoiler review I just did would understand. It bugged me in that way. That was
Okay.
bothersome. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I feel like a lot
I'm
of
glad I saw it in the theater though. It was like with the sound effects because it has a lot. Sorry, it has
No,
a
not
lot
at
to
all.
do with sound. It has a lot to do with creepy audio stuff. It's about a podcast, so like in a theater, holy crap! It blew my mind that way.
Well, what I was gonna say is, I mean, this may seem like an overgeneralization, but I'll just say it anyway. It feels like to me like a lot of movies, especially horror, like lately, like within the past decade, just haven't had rewatch value. Like I'll always like if anybody didn't see it and I did, I'll always say the same thing, like, "Oh yeah, worth a watch," you know. But like, it's
You
so
don't sit down and watch them
rare
again.
that I'm like, "Oh man, can't wait to watch that again." It's rare, like honestly.
Well, the horror movies that I watch over and over again, to me, are the classic slashers because I've always been a huge Friday the 13th Jason fan, things like that.
Yeah.
Those to me are fun. In the same way watching the Hunger Games is fun. I know that sounds
Hunger
weird,
Games is good.
but like just the idea of they're like a group of people and then slowly get knocked off. Those movies have always still done that, and they're simpler, right? Like the really psychological, like the Babadook's a great example.
The Babadook was awesome.
It is a great movie, but I probably will never see it again because I got it. It's what I used to say about Good Will Hunting. You know what I mean? Like Good Will Hunting is a great movie, but I'm not going to pop it in on a Saturday night.
You're right. I think I watched it once.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's
and it was
fantastic.
long after the hype. Like it was, like you know how I am, dude. Like it takes me so long to finally be like, I guess I'll watch it. Like when something gets so damn hyped up, I'm just like, me. I don't know why.
You lose interest because
do.
you're just anti-establishment.
I
Ryan.
am. That's
You're
right,
like,
guys.
You got to go against the grain.
I do. That's right. I'm a rebel.
You are a
I'm a
rebel.
loner.
Well, you know what is it's kind of a shame because I saw a few movies. I also saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze because that played this weekend also at MJR, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just go to the movies, experience them in Laser Ultra and the luxury of VIP seats exclusively at MJR Theaters. Our Laser Ultra auditoriums feature stunning 4K laser projection on a supersized screen and Dolby Atmos immersive sound that you can feel. Plus, you can relax in heated reclining VIP seats surrounded by your own personal privacy enclosure. Get your tickets to see the latest blockbusters in Laser Ultra at mjrtheaters.com.
Haha. So, like always, go to the damn movies.
Remember to clap.
Yeah. It's more fun at MJR.
No, it's like more than just a movie. It's a big night out. Dun, dun, dun. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They got to commit to the clap.
We grew up on this. So
The last time I was in that theater for Undertone, by the way, there was one other couple who did the clap, so I wasn't alone. But
yes,
I couldn't help but like just be like, come on, guys, you got to like commit to the clap. And you know what, Ryan? No one said a thing. They didn't laugh. They didn't acknowledge it. And you want to know why? They were ashamed.
That's right.
They
No,
were ashamed they didn't do the MJR clap.
I will say what I always have said when it comes to like doing a show or being in a band. Make that audience feel like they are missing out. So you guys, the audience, are missing out on the clap. You're
Yeah.
missing out.
Everyone's got to catch the clap.
You got to catch that clap.
Yeah.
You know what we mean.
Anywho, I don't know, man. Do you have any final thoughts for Badger? Oh, by the way, guys, we're actually recording this on St. Patrick's Day. So Ryan is wearing green and he brought Guinness to the show.
I
so-
totally did. Yeah, some extra stout, my favorite kind of Guinness.
Absolutely. I want to try it in a Irish bar warm because it just feels like, and I want to try it traditional. I don't know, man. It seems gross because we're in a place where we are born to drink cold beer, but I want to learn the ways of the Europe drinking beers.
That's right. And but I guess my final thoughts are I was on the line today. I worked this morning, and so I was like, I know like Irish punk, right? Like we all know Dropkick Murphys, Flogging Molly's.
Flogging Molly's great.
And I was like, what about metal? So I typed into Google. I was just like, Irish metal bands. And I found a few that were fire. So this one was really good. And it's so hard to pronounce. It looks to me like Cruachan, which is Cruachan. And honestly, they were really, really good. I enjoyed that. And then there's Primordial. They got together in 1987. That's the year I was born.
My
And
God.
they have since
They've been around for a whole Ryan.
They've been around for a whole me, and they've released so many great songs, and like they incorporate like the Irish flute, like and other like Irish instruments, but it's like
But it's metal?
death metal.
Okay, I kind of want to listen to this.
It's incredible stuff. Honestly, like I was kind of having a great time today. So
Just on the line listening to Irish metal.
Waylander. That was another really good one that I found today.
Can you do a metal voice and sound with an accent, or does it sound just like English?
It kind of sounds sounds like a metal voice. Yeah, when the metal, yeah.
Because Ozzy never sounded British when he was singing.
And then, of course, I jumped into the Real Mackenzies. They were really good. The Rum Jacks.
I like the Rum Jacks. That's
Blackguards. Honestly, I was jumping into a lot. And, of course, the Pogues we covered when he passed away
Sure.
on the podcast. And it wasn't like Johnny Depp was one of his pallbearers, which was crazy. So those two were homies. So, yeah, that's all I got on a St. Patty's Day review of Irish metal bands and punk bands.
I like that. Thank you.
Dude,
Thank you
right?
for bringing that to the table.
It was
sir.
honestly a lot of fun. And, of course, respect the Dubliners. The classic. The classic.
And with that, guys, we're going to jump into the first section of the show officially, which we call Spooky Stuff.
The Beast of Javaudan. The Beast of Javaudan terrorized rural France in the 1760s in the region of Javaudan, modern-day Lozère, in the Margeride Mountains of south-central France between 1764 and 1767. While it's sometimes called a wolf or a werewolf, the beast defies normal explanation.
Yeah, werewolf.
The attacks, which covered an area spanning 56 by 50 miles, were said to have been committed by one or more beasts of a tawny russet color with dark streaks and stripes, with a dark stripe down its back and its tail longer than a wolf's, ending with a tuft, according to contemporary eyewitnesses.
Oh, so it was a lion.
So, it's like a wolf-lion thing.
It just sounds like a lion.
It was said to attack with formidable teeth and claws, and appeared to be the size of a calf or cow, and seemed to fly or bound across fields towards its victims. These descriptions from the period could identify the beast as a young lion, a striped hyena, a large wolf, a large dog, or a wolf dog, though its identity is still the subject of debate and remains unsolved to this day.
Yeah, I mean, we know it happened. Like, this thing was around and it killed a lot of people.
Yeah, like a lot.
I don't know. See, lion makes sense to me because I just feel like the way that would run across the field. I guess hyenas, too. I haven't watched enough nature documentaries about hyenas, and quite frankly, I didn't, study them at all. They're not in my country, so I go...
And my head kept going, what if it was, some kind of prehistoric beast that we never knew that,
well, I mean, this
lived long past its... due extinction.
Well, I'm not going to say that's impossible. Obviously, that's the argument for Loch Ness Monster and possibly Bigfoot. But the question would be if this is, I mean, I guess it's rural France, but it's still, I guess, never mind 1700s France, a lot of woods.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe.
The Kingdom of France used a considerable amount of wealth and manpower to hunt the animals responsible, including the resources of several nobles, soldiers, royal huntsmen, and civilians. A 1987 study estimated that there had been 210 attacks, resulting in 113 deaths and 49 injuries. 98 of the victims killed were partly eaten.
Well, at least it wasn't just killing for sport, I guess.
I mean, give or take.
I mean, that makes you think that it is just kind of a carnivorous animal.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in most werewolf movies, they just try to kill. Werewolves don't eat you.
Well, victims were often killed by having their throats torn out.
Okay, that's a fucking lion.
Yeah, dude, right? It goes for the neck. goes for like the skull.
I'm pretty sure the predatory cats, that's their move.
Yeah.
Because they're predators, so they just go for the kill. Like they're not trying, like bears will eat you while you're alive.
That's right. They'll start butt first.
Yeah, well, they don't really care. They're omnivores, but lions, they go for the jugular. They like can sense it.
They kill you first before they eat you, at
All right.
least, right? Like they give you that that benefit, I guess.
I mean, they kill you quick. They're in it for the kill and the food. Num 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 num. People.
That's right. The Beast of Javaudan committed its first recorded attack in the early summer of 1764. A young woman who was tending cattle in the Mercoeur, forgive me, I'm probably saying that wrong, forest near the town of Langon in the eastern part of Javaudan, saw a beast like a wolf, yet not a wolf, come at her. However, the bulls in the herd charged the beast, keeping it at bay. They then drove it off after it attacked a second time. Shortly afterwards, on June 30th, the beast's first official victim was recorded. 14-year-old Jean Bollet was killed near the village of Les Hubacs near Langon. On July 1st, this victim was buried without sacraments because she could not confess before her death. However, the burial certificate specifies that she was killed by, in quotes, the ferocious beast, which suggests that she is not the first victim, but only the first declared.
Hold on though. How crappy would it be just to die at any time in history? Like, oh, well, you don't go to heaven. Like, why? Well, they died before they got to confess their sins. That's not fair. How many people get to do that? Like back then, like, I mean, I guess everyone's on their deathbed when they get sick because they're like, oh, he has the sniffles. We better write up that we call the priest.
yeah, that was an important thing. That's what happened. And that's why a lot of priests died, because they were always brought in to,
Talk
do
to sick people.
sacraments, and then they died.
But that means everyone who ever dies in an accident is not in heaven according to them. That's kind of shitty. This is why I have an issue with religion. It's not important. Continue.
It's okay. We'll meet in the same place, buddy.
Okay, good. Fuddruckers.
So that's right. Butt fuckers. Sorry.
Oh man, you know what? Actually, Dave and Buster's. I feel like that's better because then my kids would have something to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And they got a bar.
I imagine your heaven is like the best point in your life, right? But that's not fair to others. Because if you go up there, what if you live to 90 and then your girlfriend that you were in love with died when she was like 23 in a car accident? And you get up there and you're, finally, I get to be with you. And she's like, ah!
My God, what happened to you?
Exactly.
I aged.
So who was it then? Like, whose heaven gets it? Like, is it whoever was better? Like, oh, I had better like points than you as far as Earth is concerned. So it's my version of heaven. So screw what you want or when you died.
Yeah, that's
See,
true.
there's a lot of questions, Ryan.
Yeah, we don't know what this is like leveled on.
Anyways, back to the beast.
A second victim was reported on the 8th of August. Age 14, she lived in the hamlet of Mesmejon in parish Puy-Laurent. These two victims were killed in the Allier Valley. I'm doing pretty good with these.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not French, so I can't correct you.
I'm doing my best.
Well,
I looked them up.
You could be doing great. I don't know.
From the end of August and in September, other victims were recorded in the Mercoeur forest and its surroundings. Throughout the remainder of 1764, more attacks were reported in the region. Very soon, terror gripped the populace because the beast was reportedly preying on lone men, women, and children as they tended livestock in the forests around Javaudan.
That makes sense. That's when you get them.
That's right.
I mean, that's what predators do. I mean, they would single out one calf in the herd or just try to like chase them and just kind of get one away from the others. I mean, that's
these people are so stupid. They keep coming back out. This is sweet.
Oh, man.
Reports note that the beast seemed to only target the victim's head or neck regions. Some witnesses claim the beast had supernatural abilities. They believe that it could walk on its hind legs and feet like humans, that it could perform astounding leaps, and that could repel bullets and come back from the dead after being struck and wounded.
All right, fair enough. Some of that supports a lion. I definitely do just think it is a cat, though. There's just everything points to that in my mind because I was thinking about it, and those French people in the 1700s, how many of them were aware of what lions looked like. Right? So it's like if they only seen a wolf and they see this lion, they're like, it was kind of like a wolf, but not.
So it like, yeah, maybe just something that just migrated weird and ended up there.
Maybe there was a rich guy who like caught one. Maybe it was a
Right.
traveling circus or an exotic trader. I don't know.
And then he just had a heart attack. And like the lion just went
Maybe the
off.
lion killed him.
Oh, the lion killed him.
Could have been.
Could have been.
Yeah.
So, several accounts claim that the beast was or seemed invulnerable, as it was said to pick itself up and escape after being hit by bullets of reputedly skilled marksmen.
Maybe it's just tough.
The beast was also said to be extremely agile, said to be able to easily jump over walls that a dog would have had trouble with. In addition, it was found that the beast seemed to be everywhere at once. It was reported to sometimes make 2 or more attacks in one day in locations several miles from each other. 2 or more beasts' most singular traits were its familiarity and its boldness. It was also reported that at least until Francois Antoine's departure, the beast seemed to have no fear of man. When it encountered resistance, it would move, quote, 40 paces away, sometimes sitting on its hindquarters for a few moments, and if not pursued, would attack again. Then it would move away at a walk or a short trot. Several victims were attacked in the middle of villages, and most of the testimonies related to attacks during the day. Finally, the beast was noted for being unusually aggressive, with some feeling that its attacks were too determined and ferocious to be driven entirely by hunger.
Well, maybe it had rabies or something, right?
That's a possibility.
Didn't you just watch that movie Primate?
Yes, I did.
Isn't that essentially just a monkey with rabies?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You know, it's
yeah.
funny. You hear it's a slasher movie, but it's a monkey, and you're like, well, that sounds stupid. But then once you realize, no, monkeys are known for like biting people's face off, and this monkey has rabies. Yeah, it all tracks.
And it was all, like I said, like real mechanics. It was not CGI. It was really freaky. There was an actual. It wasn't a real ape, but you know what I mean. It was amazing.
Yeah,
it was a puppet.
animatronic.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Nice. So go see Primate. Yeah. Or wait, you can't now. Go rent Primate.
Yeah, I'll bet you could, right? No,
Yeah.
it was a good one. It like good for a watch. Like I'll say, it's great for a watch.
So all I'm saying is a simple point of whatever this beast is. Let's say it's a wolf. Let's say
Yeah.
it's a lion. Let's say it's a hyena. Whatever it is, a hyena. Actually, the more I think about it, could be too, because hyenas do kind of look like a dog and a cat mix.
And with the stripes.
yeah,
And with the tuft at the end of the tail.
I mean, this is why it's still a mystery. Yeah, crazy.
So for years, the beast continued to terrorize the region. There were many hunting expeditions. There were so many. I want you guys to know. I literally had to cut out so many. Like they tried for years to get this thing. So I figured I'm going to, just for the sake of time, here we go. Here's the ending of the whole story.
Wait, hold on, real quick though. Think about it. Like back in the day, to get your honor, be like, I will kill the beast. Like
Yes.
that's some fantasy movie stuff.
Yeah, and they were paid. They
I'm
were
sure.
actually paid handsomely.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go try to kill a monster unless you're gonna pay me.
Exactly, and it took so long. Like I said, this is 3 years. It killed over 100 people and attacked more than that in 3 years. That is a lot.
I mean, yeah.
That's pretty scary. Forgive me. Many of the hunts were unsuccessful, but the killing of the creature was eventually marked at the end of the attacks is credited to a local hunter named Jean Chastel. He shot at it in the slopes of Mont Mouchet during a hunt organized by the Marquis Pulcher on the 19th of June in 1767. The body was then loaded onto a horse and brought to the Chateau de Besque of Marquis Pulcher, located in Shiraz, where it was necropsied by Dr. Bullinger, a surgeon at Sauges.
Was that like an autopsy?
Yes.
Okay.
The results of the examination were consistent with a large wolf or wolf dog. So,
Wolf dog.
by what he could figure it out, it was canine.
Okay.
But the remains were incomplete by the time Bollinger acquired them, so unfortunately a full examination was impossible, and the true anatomy of the beast of Gévaudan will forever be a mystery.
Ooh.
So it was think about it, they loaded on a wagon. How long do you think it took them to haul this thing over there? So it probably rotted a bit,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess you could have brought someone who was like a amazing artist to try to draw it, like when it first got killed. But beyond that, how could you have a record of it?
It was probably just like a
Couldn't
quick,
freeze it, you know?
yeah, it was just a quick little expedition.
Can't pull out your cell phones in the 1700s.
No, you could not.
Damn kids.
And so this story was incredible, right? And this is true. And I stumbled upon it just kind of randomly. And as I was looking into it, I saw that, here we go, Netflix is developing a feature film titled This Beast, produced by Blumhouse and directed by Kurt Sutter,
Nice.
inspired by the true 18th century French story of the Beast of Gévaudan. The film focuses on a trapper dealing with a mysterious creature terrorizing a village.
Okay, that's cool.
And that's coming out this year,
It is?
evidently.
Huh. Netflix does some weird movies that you never hear of because they make just so many movies.
And that's true. But no, I just thought it was hilarious that I'm like, I couldn't
be
have
better
struck
timing.
gold better with finding this spooky stuff. Because it goes with the pop culture stuff, guys.
It does. See, there you go. We bring it full circle.
Whatcha?
Oh man. Well, what I was trying to make a point of is what I came across earlier is another one of these Netflix movies that I couldn't believe existed. Did you know that there was a remake of She's All That came out like 2021?
No.
Yes. It's
I did not.
It is a gender swapped She's All That called He's All That. And it's listed as one of the top 35 worst movies ever, according to a website ranking I read today, which is why I came across this movie.
Incredible.
I just wanted to bring it up because you think I know about all sequels and remakes. Ryan, there are sometimes some that still slip under my radar.
Well, when they go through certain crazy channels, you know what I'm saying? You're just going direct to streaming and they probably aren't promoting it. I mean, I could understand if you're not like feverishly searching to be like, did they come up with a sequel yet?
I know. Well, here's an interesting one. You know, What Women Want had a remake, and they did. They made it an African American kind of centric movie, and it was called What Men Want. Also, they had a Korean remake called What Women Want, which is the exact same movie, but in Korea.
Okay.
Yeah.
What Women Want, I remember thinking it was funny. I was young when that came out.
I haven't seen it in years.
It's been a very, very long time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, let's jump into the pop culture part of the show.
Why not?
Hooray!
Here we go.
The Earth Pop Report, talking about everything to do with Earth pop culture.
Woo! Here we go. I feel like we've got a lot in entertainment news this week. You know what I mean?
Well, we got some big stories that, I should say that I care about. I don't know if they're like the biggest stories ever, but I care about it. Plus, the Oscars happened on Sunday.
Right.
So we're going to do a little recap on that too.
And I saw a lot of clips of that on TikTok. That's how bad I am. I haven't watched it, but I've seen a lot, and it looked like it was a good one. It was funny. I laughed a lot.
It's funny, man. I'm not going to sit here and act like I watched the whole ceremony, but when I was in LA, we used to have Oscar parties because it was like the Super Bowl there.
Yeah.
So like we would go and we'd have drinks. This first time I did it at Envisionate Studios. So we sat there and they projected the Oscars on the psych wall, which was really fun. And I just, obviously I care as a movie person, but I think most younger people, and Ryan, use TikTok. I think that's the normal now. They're just like, who won? Here's the winner. Cool. And that's it.
Yeah, I got to see some of the acceptance speeches. A lot of Conan O'Brien. He's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. He totally is.
As
funny.
always.
I think it's funny because Ricky Gervais was like, F that, when they were like, hey, maybe you should do it. He's like, no, I never.
He was amazing, too. My God, when he hosted.
He never hosts the Oscars. He does the Golden Globes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And incredible stuff. Incredible stuff.
Incredible. But that is not our main topic. Our main topics here, we have nice 7 good ones. And the first one is, so Peacock's Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake, it's the Friday the 13th prequel series. Yeah, well, they finally set a premiere date. It looks like we're going to get it December 26th. 2026.
So it will be at the end of this year.
I know. I hate when they do that where they're like, it's coming out in 2026. And it's like, when? 3 days before 2026 is over. And it's like,
pretty much.
Oh, okay. I mean, good. I want it. I've been waiting for so long. They announced the show a few years before they even started filming. So I feel like I've waited for this show for like 5 years.
We've talked about this before. I know this.
The entire time we've had this podcast, there's been news about this upcoming
Yes.
show that may eventually happen.
Yeah.
Well, they did show the first couple images, and it's fine. I'm excited, but like the images were just kind of like, here's a knife being held by a hand, and you're like, okay. You're not even gonna give me like a camper or a cabin? All
So
right.
just like Jason Voorhees, you never know when it's coming.
No, well, we do. It's coming December 2026. And on Saturn News, this one's a big one. By now, I think everyone's already heard, but Hulu apparently has canceled the Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival. It is not going to happen. And it's shocking to me, to be honest. It seemed like it was definitely going to happen. Everyone was excited about it. They announced the new Slayer. The girl who played Fern in Star Wars Skeleton Crew was going to be the new Slayer. And yeah, well, since then, Sarah Michelle Gellar has given a couple more details. So what happened was that the new Buffy, New Sunnydale, which was going to be the show,
Okay.
they had a pilot episode. It was filmed. Well, the executives apparently weren't happy with that episode. So they basically rewrote the pilot. And this new version was a 90-minute script, and it was more adult and featured more Buffy. But unfortunately, the retooled pilot was never filmed because they said it was going to be, some people said it would be too expensive or it didn't meet quality standards or blah, 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 blah. But basically, they pussyfooted around and decided never to fund the second pilot. And then it turned out that Sarah Michelle Gellar and everyone didn't hear until last Friday. So they announced it the next day that Hulu had canceled it. So it seemed like they were never going to do it. And I also heard Sarah Michelle Gellar said that it was one executive who kind of made the decision, and they were not fans of the original show. So
Well, then why were they even in charge?
this is what many people are asking.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know. I keep thinking that maybe they're gonna bring it back or pull back or change. And who knows? Maybe this episode comes out, and by then I'll have to like re-record an update where they brought it back. But that was Saturday, and today we're recording on Tuesday, and I just I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like where's the integrity? Like you don't even like the show. You should opt out. Be like, hey, you know what, guys?
Well, he did. He said, I'm not making the show, or they, or them,
well,
or
hopefully,
her or whatever.
Yeah, hopefully they dismiss themselves from the project entirely.
Well, they did, but they did that by dismissing the project.
I know. But it's just like, man, that's so silly.
It's a tough go of it. Who knows the details? Only people involved in the show really know, but this is just one of those things. And I wanted to balance that sad news with some really, really happy news. And for pop culture people. So for years, everybody who's a sci-fi fan knows about Firefly.
Except for me.
Or has heard a nerd person talk about Firefly.
I definitely have.
You've heard about the brown coats. Now, Firefly has novels. It has board games. I have this giant board game that's like, it takes like 3 card tables to set up. It's amazing. It has a whole universe. It's had a movie. I mean, 2 years after this one season show got canceled, they got a movie. I mean, this is a phenomenon that just never took off in its original form as a television show. Well, it looks like the entire cast is ready to give it another go. And maybe not in the way we wanted, but it's still coming back. So all the original cast have agreed to do it. The creator of the original show has given his blessing. The people who own the rights, which is Disney and 20th Century Fox, have given the go-ahead. All things are moving forward. Apparently, they still need to find a network or some kind of home for it, streaming service, whatever. But it looks like they're going to move forward with a Firefly revival, which is now going to be an animated series.
When did Firefly come out?
Like 2002, 2003.
So I feel like, forgive me, you know me, I don't know anything about it. I just know that a lot of people loved it. So, I mean, obviously they'll have those people, right? But like, I feel like, man, so you're doing it. Yeah, you're doing it 24 years later.
Well, my worry is it being animated. I agree that it's going to be hard to get a new audience with it being animated because a lot of people aren't going to give it the same. They're not going to give it a shot.
They really need to promote like it's a new thing.
But
that's what they need to do.
I do want to point out, though, Star Wars, a couple movies, had a couple animated series. Star Trek had movies, had shows, and an animated series. Stargate had an animated series. So having an animated series for a big property like that, it's not like it's unheard of. They totally do it all the time. And as far as Firefly is concerned, you don't really have to know what it's about to understand that it is another universe. Same way Star Trek, Star Wars, like
Marvel.
it's its own contained space odyssey universe. It's a lot of fun. And I do suggest you get into it at some point.
Oh, I really want to for sure. It's on my list. My list is very long.
Yeah, but the thing with Firefly is there's 14 episodes in a movie. It's not that big of a mouthful to tackle. You know,
How long is each episode?
That's 45 minutes. It's not like 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like most shows, the first episode's a two-parter, but still.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Give it a shot. We'll talk. But looks like the Firefly revival as an animated series is going to happen. But it's not for sure yet. I mean, like I said, they have to find a home, but it seems like all the planets are aligning.
And I will say that I have actually seen promotion for this already. I've already seen posts about the new Firefly revival. So,
Oh yeah. Well, that's
So it's gaining popularity.
Well, the original post by Nathan Fillion, the main captain, Captain Mel Reynolds, was basically saying, "Hey guys, this is where we're at in development. We still haven't found a home. We need you guys to repost this and talk about it and make a big deal out of it." So he straight up asked the fans to talk about it. I assume to show potential suitors like, "Hey, this is going to be successful."
Yeah, and I do think it will. Even from a dude who doesn't know anything about it, it seems like the hype is there.
I want it to be, and I think it is possible that it does really well. It being animated does worry me. It really does, because the problem with animated shows,
Like what happened with Lord of the Rings.
well, you mean talking about the Lord of the Rings movie?
Yeah, that was animated.
I really
They
like
did that.
one, too.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it was great. I didn't get to see it, but you were saying they did that just to keep the rights.
In that case, yes. Now, this is simply because it's 20, like you said, 23 years later, and everyone's gotten older. And some of the main characters in the show have died in the movie. So they kind of have to make episodes in between those two events, which is what I'm assuming they're doing. So, they could have all the main cast. And the only way you could really do that is animated, because they're all so much older.
Yeah.
They're not going to pay the CGI to make everyone look 23 years younger in every episode. That would be really cool, though. I'd be down. I'd be down to see a movie like that.
I don't know, man.
The technology's getting better. I will admit, I saw Rogue One recently again, and Tarkin didn't hold up as much as I thought he did when I first saw the movie.
No, quite animated.
Yeah. Well, whatever. So another bit of news. Did you know that they're going to do a Saturday Night Live in the UK? We covered it briefly on an earlier episode.
Yes, I remember that.
Well, it looks like it premieres on March 21st, 2026, and it's going to be streaming on Peacock, and Tina Fey is going to be the first host.
Tina Fey?
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
To be like, "Hey guys, this is what do they say? This is our Saturday Night Live across the pond." I think it's just called Saturday Night. I don't know.
I don't know either, but that's
I'll
cool.
watch it.
I mean, hell yeah.
Well, you always liked Monty Python.
I was about to say, I mean, I grew up on Monty Python, so I'm here for it.
I kind of want to see if they do like their the classic, really stale British humor. I love it.
I don't know, because like Monty Python were like, they kind of were like the first to really do like sketch comedy, right? Like on a big scale.
Not even at all, but that's the formative years for you. So that's what you remember.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. But hey, if you guys are into Saturday Night Live, I know I am. I'm going to definitely check out Saturday Night Live UK. I just have a question: is the UK government is different than the United States, and the United States, we have a lot of political stuff, obviously, on our sketch comedy show of Saturday Night Live. So I'm wondering how many political sketches are going to be in the UK version that I'm just not going to understand.
Oh, there's going to be a lot.
Yeah,
like
I
there were
imagine.
so many, I grew up watching Flying Circus, and they talked about British stuff, which I had no clue.
Well, that had partially to do if you were a young man. You probably didn't know a lot about, politics in this country back then either.
That's true, but I don't think my brain could take another watch through of Flying Circus. It's so mind numbing.
I love it.
I
man.
love it too, but oh my God, it's so fucking dry and dumb.
Oh man. Well, speaking of dumb, Family Guy's getting another spin-off. So years, I think they're on like season 23, years after the Cleveland show started and finished, we are getting another spin-off series, and it's Stewie now. Stewie somehow is going to get his own series. I don't know how we do this. Is Stewie going to move away? Is it going to be Stewie at summer camp? Are we just going to have Stewie grow up? I have no clue what this actually means, but apparently Seth MacFarlane is behind it. Then it's been ordered for 2 seasons by Fox. So it's going to happen, and it's happening in 2027, 2028.
I mean, he wouldn't do it if he didn't have a good idea.
Oh, no, money.
I mean, money's great, but like, I would hope that he wouldn't do it if he didn't have a good idea.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
My only thought is like, I don't want to mess with the normal Family Guy show. So is Family Guy ending, or is this just going to be like a side story that takes place? Like, what if Stewie did go to boarding school or summer camp just like while Family Guy was off the air, and then Stewie ends where he goes back home, and then we could have the Family Guy season?
Or is this going to be like Stewie's day without the family, like daycare, preschool?
I guess that's possible too. Yeah. Interesting. Well, if you're a fan of Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, and his animated stuff, well, you know, Stewie to look forward to. I will check it out.
I'll check it out for sure, but like it does seem a little like a strange idea, but I'm here for it.
Hey, I assume I'll still want to watch dumb adult-centric cartoons in 2027. So
Hell yeah.
heck yes. All right. Well, number 6 is pretty fun. Scream 7 has officially become the highest grossing in its franchise. So for one, that definitely means we're going to have a Scream 8. But it looks like the writer and director of Scream 7, who, by the way, was also the writer of the original Scream, he says he's not going to come back for 8. He's ready to pass on the baton. I don't know. I can't help but think that this is kind of like a negotiation tactic, because he just did the movie in the franchise that made more money than anything else. So couldn't you just be like, oh, you guys want me back? Oh, you know, you can I don't really want to come back. Maybe give me some money.
Yeah.
I don't know how in demand he is. I don't know.
Because then they can make it a big, like, oh, he's coming back.
He's coming back. But then again, maybe he just wants to move on and do something else and doesn't want to be known as the Scream guy.
Was it that good of a movie, or did it just hit at the right time for people to want to go out and see it?
It could have just hit at the right time. It also had a lot of buildup, and there was a lot of talk because Jenna Ortega and I forget the other actress's name, but the 2 leads from the last 2 films, they weren't going to be in it. So there had a lot of buildup, and the trailer was good. So I think it was a bit of a perfect storm of people caring or being intrigued, because there was also the whole idea of these old killers.
Matthew Lillard coming back was a big,
and other people, yeah.
So I knew that. So you know what I'm saying is, it's like, did he really do that great of a job at the movie, or was it just the right timing and everything like that, the right casting?
Well, you can make that argument about any movie, to be fair. And to answer your question, Scream 7, while I thoroughly enjoyed, had a lot of issues, and I don't think it was the best in the franchise. I don't think it was the best movie out of all the Scream movies.
That's kind of where I'm getting at. And I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like, oh, yeah, it was the highest grossing. It's like, well, yeah, prices are higher now, and it's like everyone was like coming. There was really nothing else to compete when it came out.
I gotta disagree with you, though. Well, not on the competing thing. You are right about that. But I have to disagree with you on one thing, and this is after COVID, when not as many people are going to the movies. So arguably less people are going to see things. So that is one factor that I think. And also, this is the 7th movie in a franchise.
It's
and
wild.
For the 7th movie
You're right.
make some of the most money, that hasn't happened really since like the Fast and Furious series.
I was gonna say,
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't happen very often. We're like, number 7, that one's a moneymaker.
The only one I can think of is Force Unleashed.
Fair enough.
That's like the closest one I can actually
example.
put up to that.
I was gonna talk shit. No, you nailed it. That's a perfect example. Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, because that movie was great. But Force Unleashed, JJ made the perfect story, and then Ryan Johnson just stomped all over it like a big meanie.
To be fair, though, if J.J. Abrams was smart, I don't know if he was able to do this. I don't know what Lucasfilm told him he could and couldn't do, but he would have taken what Ryan Johnson did and continued to build upon it and make it better, as opposed to just being like, no, don't worry about that. That didn't happen.
Because they both did that to each other.
They did. It seemed like a pissing contest.
It really was. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I can't help but talk Star Wars.
So anyways, there's probably going to be a Scream 8, and Kevin Williamson, as of right now, will not return. And here's something else. Ted 2 not Ted 2. Ted season 2 came out on Peacock earlier this year, and I loved it. I don't think I liked it as much the first season, but overall I liked it. And they had the last episode, and it seemed like they were kind of closing off the series. And we talked in an earlier episode this week or last week that they don't need to do more. And Seth MacFarlane said he wasn't planning on doing more. Well,
Right.
apparently that's not just I'm not planning on it. That's definitely not going to happen. Ted season 3 will not happen. The season 2 ends where John Bennett has graduated from high school, and it's just going to go from there to the movies. However, this saga of Ted is not over because we are going to have, and they announced this in May of last year, and somehow it completely went past my radar. But they announced that they're going to do a Ted animated series that will continue this story after Seth MacFarlane's movies, and it's going to star everybody from the movies: Mark Wahlberg, Amanda Seyfried, Jessica Barth. She played Amy Tam or Lynn or Amy Lynn or whatever her name was.
Yes.
Ted's girlfriend, and obviously Seth MacFarlane as Ted. And yeah, that's cool. It's rough because I will watch it, but part of what made Ted cool is that it was a live action movie.
It kind of was
with a talking teddy bear, like seeing a cartoon.
That was part of the charm.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah.
That it was so. Everybody was just so cool with this living teddy bear, like just drinking and smoking weed and just hanging out. Like that's what made Ted awesome.
And while I do agree with you, I kind of have the same thought is like I can see a cartoon with a foul-mouthed bear pretty much wherever you want. Like cartoons,
and they can do a lot more.
Yeah, I mean there was that one that took place in a I think it was like a Yellowstone park and had a bear named Malloy, and it lasted like 3 seasons, and he was a foul-mouthed bear. I mean, it's a cartoon, and I assume it's going to be in the style of, Family Guy and American Dad, like the drawing style. So I'm trying to imagine like a drawing of Mark Wahlberg and those characters and little Ted running around doing his thing. And I think I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm kind of sad because it's not an upward trajectory when you go from live action to animation. Like Firefly's doing it, but I'll take what I can get because that's 23 years later. Whereas this, it just feels like, well, we're not coming back from this. But I will invoke the Fast and Furious series again because that third movie didn't seem like they was going to come back from that. Then
oh boy,
we did. So
not
saying that's great cinema, just they pulled it up.
I get it, and I don't know. It just kind of gets me thinking about like the Clerks animated show. Maybe because I remember enjoying that a whole lot.
That was only 6 episodes, and only like 2 of them aired.
I know, and it's so sad because you showed me all of them, and I thought they were hilarious. So I can't help but that's where my head goes with this. Is it could be like really funny, and I get it. That didn't make it, so maybe my opinion's not that great.
Well, I don't know. I'll watch it. So if you guys want to see more Ted, you are going to get more Ted. However, you are not going to get any more of that live action prequel, which personally I feel like is a bit of a shame, but here we are.
Well, and I guess that brings us to the 98th Oscars.
Yeah, we're going to cover just a couple of the major winners real quick. And just because, hey, we say we talk about pop culture, it seems strange not to bring up the Oscars.
Might as well.
Yeah. So for Best Picture, One Battle After Another won.
Still haven't seen it. I really want to watch it.
And it's, it's a great film. It's not my type of movie, but I'm a genre guy.
I think I'd like it more than you.
You definitely will. Now, Best Director was Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another,
nice.
which makes sense. Normally, Best Picture and Best Director go hand in hand, normally. Now, this is a big one. Best Actor went to Michael B. Jordan for Sinners.
And that was and I know that there was a lot of competition. There was, that was a heated battle for
Timothy
that one.
Chalamet for Marty Supreme. I just assumed he was going to win for Marty Supreme. I did.
It was a ping pong movie.
It was, but that has nothing to do with acting.
I feel like Sinners is cooler than a ping pong movie.
Sinners is cooler, but like with the exception of The Return of the King winning 11 Oscars, usually genre films don't win at the Oscars. So the fact that Michael B. Jordan got this for a vampire movie is incredibly impressive.
And he played 2 parts.
He did. He played himself and his brother, and they acted different. Let's just say that.
No, he did a great job. Yeah,
and acting incredible. Opposite yourself. Like, how do you do that? You have to remember your own actions to respond to your own actions?
Yeah, and remember the emotions that each person's going to feel separately. Like, no, you could see it. He did a great job.
He absolutely did. So well-deserved there. Now, this I thought was kind of funny. Best Actress was Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. And the reason why I thought this was funny is because last week I was telling you about The Bride and how I liked it. And I'm like, I don't think I've seen Jesse Buckley in anything. What did I know it from? And I mentioned a video game. And I'm like, you know what's funny? I saw Hamnet.
And you saw it.
I saw Hamnet. And just, I do not know why. Maybe that's a testament to her acting
I was
ability.
about to say, I think that all the time where there are often actors where I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that was this actor or actress because they played a character so well that you didn't even see them.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I saw Hamnet when it first went into theaters, and I just had no memory of it because it was really good, but I see a lot of movies.
I'm a Shakespeare fan. I probably should see it.
You should. It's an interesting take on revisionist history. I liked it, though. Anyways, Jessie Buckley won for Hamnet for Best Actress, which is amazing. Now, Best Supporting Actor went to Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. And so no surprise there. One Battle After Another was kind of the big winner for this one.
And I forget the kid's name, one of the Culkins. Not Macaulay Culkin, but his brother accepted it on his behalf.
Because he didn't show up.
Yeah, because he didn't show up, and he couldn't, and he even like threw out some shade. He was like, he's like he couldn't or didn't want to show up, so I guess I'll accept this on his behalf.
Yeah, well,
Threw a little bit of shade.
Sean Penn is he's known for having strong opinions and being a bit of a character.
And this is his third Oscar.
Yeah, so maybe he's like, oh, just put it on my mantle.
Like for real. Like
I don't know.
I did learn some stuff.
Yeah,
TikTok teaches me some stuff to be prepared for the pop culture section of the podcast.
Well, you know what? Well done, because I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but you gave me nothing during Earth Pop.
And that's why I came prepared.
Well, you're doing great, bud. All right, so Best Supporting Actress, Amy Madigan. What, can you say that?
Madigan.
Madigan. And she played the, spoiler for Weapons, if you didn't know, she played the witch in Weapons.
Yeah.
It was the antagonist, and she did an amazing job, but I did not think she would win. I am so happy that so many genre films are winning.
And this is a big deal to me because I used to watch this funny show called Whitest Kids You Know. And they were like a sketch comedy group, right?
Very funny stuff.
Yes, and the one dude from it wrote and directed this movie.
Yeah, Zach.
And the fact that it was huge, and I saw him in the audience, like he was tearing up when she won. Like it was cool. Like good for him.
Yeah, it is really
good
really
for
cool.
her, of course.
I liked the other guy from what is it? All the Whitest Kids You Know. His name was Trevor, and he did a stand-up comedy, and he did like 1 or 2 movies. Also directed by the Zach guy. And then you told me he died in like mysterious circumstances, like 2018.
There was a bit of conspiracy around it, allegedly. I don't want to get into it, but
he fell off a balcony.
It was you know, start doing some sketches about the dark undertones of society, and you never know what'll happen with the black hooded cloaks.
Well, this is a conspiracy podcast, so I'm not gonna fault you for buying into that.
Just saying.
So the guy who directed Weapons, by the way, he's doing the next Resident Evil. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yes, he apparently is going off book and just doing whatever the hell he wants. So I don't know how good of a Resident Evil movie it'll be, but I'm sure it'll be a good movie.
It can't be any more wild off the charts than the original series of films. Those things went off on a tangent.
Dude,
like they lost me immediately.
There is so many more Resident Evil movies than you realize. There's a 6-part animated series.
I knew that.
There is 4 animated movies that I'm aware of.
I knew that. Yeah.
There is a television show on Netflix.
I did not know that.
Yeah. There is 7 original Paul S. Thompson, I think his name is, movies with Mila Jovovich. And then there is one rebooted one with, I forget her name, but it was called Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. And that was the latest live action film. That one I liked.
Resident Evil.
Yeah. Apparently the new game is selling like gangbusters.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Well, and I lost my place here. Where we go?
Best original screenplay.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler won for Sinners.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vampire flick. See, a vampire script won best original screenplay.
I mean, it was like more than just a vampire movie, though. There was a lot going on there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're not here to debate the artistic value of Sinners. I thought it was good. It was kind of like a a genre flip halfway through. It felt a little bit like Dusk Till Dawn in that way, but also just that time and era on like the Mississippi River Basin.
And
kind
it
of
was
like
really
that.
artsy with them showing all the different eras of music and everything
Oh,
like
the
that. Like,
music.
yeah, that was like the really cool part of the film.
You know what's interesting is some of those costumes in Sinners were originally made for a version of the Marvel Blade movie. Because the Marvel Blade movie, which by the way is never happening, but they haven't said that. I'm just saying it's never happening. One of the versions of that movie was going to be a period piece. So a lot of these costumes didn't get used, and they used them in Sinners.
Oh,
Isn't that interesting? Just a
Well, I
little bit
mean,
of
yeah.
behind the scenes trivia there.
sure, they were expensive.
I mean, I'm glad they went to use. Otherwise, they're just gonna be hanging out in a props,
Yeah.
shop. Well, then, best adapted screenplay was One Battle After Another. Like I mentioned, that was the big one. Best animated feature is K-pop Demon Hunters. This blew my mind because while I know it's popular, I guess I didn't see any other animated movies, but to win the best animated movie, that surprised me. Also, to be fair, K-pop Demon Hunters shouldn't really have won at all because it was a Netflix original movie, and I don't think it went into theaters before premiering on Netflix, so I don't think it qualifies, but technically it was in theaters for a short time.
I know it was a huge deal. People who love it adore it.
People do. I mean, everyone does.
Yeah, and like honestly, like my experience with K-pop is just baby metal. So
Baby metal?
like, yeah, like it's like K-pop metal, but like I know that was like
I mean-
a huge deal for the K-pop scene.
Sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't K-pop just essentially a group of men, women, or a mix, but they just sing and dance, right? Like that's the whole thing. Is like they're pop music. They're like boy bands or girl bands, like Spice Girls, whatever. That's what they do.
Yeah, but like I guess there's like a certain style. I guess I don't know enough to speak too much on the genre itself, but
Sure.
I know that it is its own thing, right? Kind of like how pop punk is different than punk. Like, you know what I mean?
You're
Like,
totally right. Like Good Charlotte is not Dropkick Murphys.
exactly. Yeah. You know?
Definitely. Well, all I know is that if there's demons, call K-pop people.
I mean, yeah, I'm in. It'll be catchy.
It will be. And that is it for this week's Earth Pub.
Yeah.
Thank you for trying to contribute, Ryan. I know there was like a 2-week period there where they had you working every day, and you're like,
Hell yeah.
oh, I can't sleep, and I'm like a zombie, and I can barely think, and I think it's dangerous to drive, and blah, 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 blah. Oh, I can't watch a movie. Lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy Ryan.
Well, like I said, luckily I zone out to TikTok and it sends me a little bit about what's going on. And yeah, I saw a lot about the Oscars, and yeah, I can't give enough to the host. He was
Conan O'Brien.
Absolutely amazing. Like every time, I hope he keeps doing it. He's hilarious.
I think this is he definitely did it last year because we interviewed Alan Maxon, who played the worm from Dune
That's right.
on stage. Yeah, and so I know he did it last year.
And last year
I like
was
Conan O'Brien.
And last year was the substance, and he like came out of the back of somebody, and he like realized, oh my watch is gone, so he reaches back into the like it was fucking awesome.
Conan, well done. All right, well, you know what, guys? Since we're done with the Earth Pop, I think we're gonna get a little bit extraterrestrial. You down?
I'm down. Let's do it. Let's keep it in France.
All right, guys. So we love covering aliens. That's why every episode has this section, which we call
Disclosure discussion. Ha 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 ha. It's about aliens and stuff.
The Trans-In Province case. In the Trans-In Province case, an unidentified flying object is claimed to have left physical evidence in the form of burnt residue on a field.
All right. Hey, physical evidence is something.
The event took place on the 8th of January, 1981, outside the towns of Trans-In Province in the French department of Var. It was described in Popular Mechanics as, quote, perhaps the most completely and carefully documented sighting of all time.
Okay, well, that's kind of good.
The case began at 5 p.m. Renato Nicolai, a 55-year-old farmer, heard a strange whistling sound while performing architectural work on his property. He then saw a saucer-shaped object about 8 feet in diameter land about 160 feet away at a lower elevation. He described it as a bulging disc consisting of, quote, two plates glued to each other by the rim. And we've actually seen examples of this style of UFO before, where it does look like two mashed on top of each other.
Yeah, but it only being 8 feet, like if it
It's
is,
smaller, but this was back in the day. This was in 1981, so it's not like there was any drones.
no, it's not like it was any drones. But I am saying like let's say, okay, we'll run with the fact that it's aliens real quick. If it's aliens, what do you think? That's just like a small ship that they use to go from the mothership to land on Earth, or what if these aliens are like 6 inches tall?
Well,
Like that is a huge ship to them.
that would be great. And that is a possibility as well. But I always go with autonomous. I go with what we do.
It's a drone.
It's
and
a
robot.
it is an alien drone. It's an extraterrestrial drone. It's some kind of
That, logically, you're absolutely right. Like it could be a probe, and you're probably right, but that sucks. That sucks, Ryan. I want to
and I
meet
just
aliens.
think of Star Wars.
Yeah,
There,
fair enough. You're probably right.
The unidentified object, measuring some 5 feet in height, let out a faint whistling as it briefly landed in a field before rising and vanishing over some trees as suddenly as it had appeared. According to the witness, quote, the device had the shape of two saucers, one inverted on top of the other. Its color was lead. This device had a ridge all the way down around its circumference. Under the machine, I saw two kinds of pieces as it was lifting off. They could be reactors or feet. There were also two other circles, which looked like trap doors. The two reactors, or feet, extended about 8 inches below the body of the machine. So he was close enough that he could see these little appendages out the bottom.
I mean, this is 81, though. Isn't it possible, like, the military had these kind of, like, sci-fi looking drones beforehand,
I'm sure.
right?
Right. I'm sure that is a possibility, because we know that everything that we can dream of, they're already like decades
They've
ahead.
had it for 20 years.
Right. So
Yeah.
back then, what they could dream of, they're already decades ahead. So this very well could be some kind of military experiment.
Yeah. Or it was the flight of the Navigator.
Either
Great
way,
film.
Either
Great
way,
film.
it gets more interesting with the research they did.
Hold on, I have to tell you one thing before that. You know they were going to remake Flight of the Navigator?
Remind me what Flight of the Navigator is.
Okay, so it took place in the 80s, and it was that it was like a liquid metal looking ship, and it had the alien, which was kind of like an eyeball on an arm, and it was like a robot, and it was voiced by
Okay,
Pee Wee Herman.
I did not.
It had a dancing
see
little
this.
alien. Not Sarah Michelle Gellar. What was her name? Sarah Jessica Parker was in it when she was really young.
Okay.
Yeah, none of this. Dude,
none of it.
we're gonna-
I know nothing of this.
Holy shit, we're gonna have to watch Flight of the Navigator. I'm gonna do a whole episode, Ryan, where we just discuss Flight of the Navigator now.
I feel like this goes with what I said earlier with Dark Crystal. I just missed out on all like the live action stuff.
Basically, you didn't watch anything live action in the 80s, I guess. I mean,
Not at all.
I watched it in the 90s, but I still watched it from the 80s. Anyways, Flight of the Navigator was going to have a remake, and it's not happening anymore, but you don't care because you don't remember. All right, move on.
But you know who remembers?
Remembers.
Who remembers? Excuse me.
Great
who
segue,
remembers
buddy.
is Nikolai, who claimed the object took off almost immediately, rising above the tree line and departing to the northeast. It left burn marks on the ground where it had supposedly sat. The next day, Nikolai investigated the site and found two concentric circles. Nikolai notified the local gendarmerie,
Which we assume is cops or government agents
yep.
or something, yeah.
thinking this was a military experiment, which, like we were saying, that's what we thought. They interviewed him, photographed the scene, and collected soil and plant samples from the field. The case was later sent to GPAN, or, work with me, people, Group Étude des Phénomènes Aerospatiaux Non Identifiés for review, which,
Yeah, totally.
GPAN. Their analysis noted that the ground had been compressed by a mechanical pressure of about 4 or 5 tons and heated to between 572 degrees and 1,112 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right.
So it's pretty damn hot.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
trace amounts of
But
phosphate.
it would have to be, right? Like if it was going to lift off the ground, and from what we understand of propulsion, it needs to be like really hot to be lifted up. Like think about jetpacks and stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So I mean,
so that leads me to believe it's the government, or like it's an
Yeah.
experimental thing, because aliens aren't going to use that. They're not going to use fossil fuels or jet propulsion or fire or anything like. Well, you assume. I
well, I
could be
mean,
wrong.
unless they had to like unload like some stuff, maybe they had to land and like expel that
Okay,
kind of
fair
energy.
enough.
You know,
Sure.
you never know. So, GPAN analysis, yes, and it indicated that the surrounding plant life had been affected, with some vegetation showing reduced chlorophyll levels between 30 and 50% lower than expected, along with phosphate and zinc.
That's it. That is interesting.
Nikolai had initially believed the project to be an experimental military device. The close proximity of the site to Conjure's military base makes such a theory generally plausible. However, GPAN's investigation focused on conventional explanations such as atmospheric or terrain causes of a terrestrial nature. Despite a joint investigation by GPAN and the Jamandere, which lasted for 2 years, no plausible explanation was ever found. Some French scientists insist that the GPAN investigation was flawed, especially the study of the physical traces. Physical evidence for UFO sightings is typically hard to come by. Because of that, this case has remained central to UFO lore.
Wow.
So,
All right, Ryan. So I'm gonna have you watch the trailer for Flight of the Navigator.
okay.
And we're gonna go back and yeah. So hold on, guys.
Oh,
We gotta watch the whole movie, Ryan.
so we're talking about something that happened over 40 years ago. Let's start with that.
Okay, yeah. Flight of the
Okay.
Navigator. It happened the year I was born.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a fun ride.
Okay, have
I'm
you
sure
ever
it's
seen
groovy.
Have you ever seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
I think, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that's a quintessential alien movie, and this is too, and it's from the time that was formative years for me, bud.
The trailer with the 80s music it's so funny to me. Like, you know what I mean? When I have nothing to hold against it right now, I got no frame of reference.
Okay, it was government. It looked Stranger Thingsy. It was a kid, and they were like, "Oh my God, he was moved through time, and he was talking to an alien, and then the alien's Pee Wee Herman in robot form." And then exactly, he actually does that laugh at one point. And there's alien puppets. Come on, man, what more could you want? I don't get
I
it.
guess,
You're so into Star Wars. You're so into Star Wars, and all the best stuff with the puppets was in the 80s, and yet you haven't seen these 80s movies.
I'll put it on the list.
Fuck your list. I don't believe you. You do a podcast about aliens and you haven't seen Flight of the Navigator.
And that's the thing is, yeah, like my curiosity doesn't even come from, these influences. I'm just, just morbidly curious on my own, I guess. And yeah, I missed out. I'll admit I missed out.
Ryan, that's weird. That's freaking weird.
I know I'm weird.
Well, so is this next section.
This next place in the podcast, this part.
Here's the final thing we do.
That thing. Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Real world weird.
The Fast and the 5-Year-Old.
It's a good title.
Most toddlers struggle with walking in a straight line. Xiao Ziyan, he was driving race cars. The Chinese racing prodigy first touched a racing simulator at 1 year old. While most kids at that age are learning shapes and colors, Xiao was apparently learning apexes and breaking points. By age 3, he was already driving real race karts. Yes, 3 years old.
That is insane to me. Like, my kid is about to turn 3 years old, like seriously in a week. And I'm like, should I get him a bike? You know what I mean? Like,
dude, both my kids have 4-wheelers.
What?
Yes.
How old are your kids again?
They are 9 and 6, and they each have their own little 4-wheelers.
Are they like Power Wheel 4-wheelers, or are they like
No.
actual gas-powered
They are
4-wheelers?
gas-powered 4-wheelers.
not judging, but that's not your decision, I imagine.
No, but I'm sure it was helped and paid for by yours truly.
But I guess their next present is going to be a helmet.
Oh no, they got helmets. They're
Okay,
good.
good.
They're
Thank
good.
God.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
God.
they're
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Still scary. But the race car, holy crap. Like, I guess we can't judge the four-wheelers. This guy's got a damn race car.
That's what's up. Then at 4 years old, he entered professional rally competitions and won the Hope Star Award at the 2023 China Rally Sprint Championship because apparently kindergarten just wasn't sufficiently challenging.
Fair.
And if that,
I don't need shapes. I'm going to go drive a car.
I mean, yeah.
Fair enough.
And
that's that's a flex. That's a flex. Like, what do you do for
dude,
show and
hands
tell?
down.
Here are the keys to my race car.
Yeah, I fucking kick ass.
How's that bike, Timmy?
Yeah. Fuck your bike, Timmy. And if that wasn't ridiculous enough, online racing games like Dirt Rally 2.0 and WRC 10 ranked him among the top 30 drivers in the world.
I mean, it does kind of make you feel like a horrible, like, what have you done? Shit.
So naturally, his father did the only logical thing a parent could do. He built him a rally car. On April 9, 2023, 5-year-old Sheo received a Run Racing Driving Academy Trading Certificate certified by the China Automobile and Motorcycle Federation, officially making him the youngest licensed racing driver in China.
I'm pretty sure the world. I don't think there's another country.
In the world.
Yeah, there's got to be. I don't think there's another country where, like, we gave it to a 3-year-old. You go to hell.
Yeah, I don't know about. Yeah. Last year, he even competed in the China Wuyi Automobile Rally with his father riding shotgun as his co-pilot. And if you're wondering whether a 5-year-old is tearing through school zones at 90 miles per hour, don't worry. His race cars are transported to events on trailers, staying within China's traffic laws. Still, somewhere out there is a 5-year-old who can probably drift better than you. Sleep well tonight.
Yeah, I don't know, man. These kids that sometimes do amazing things blow my mind. But at the same time, it's kind of like, are you putting too much pressure on such a young kid? Like, I saw there was a video of this 9-year-old girl who was lifting like 180 pounds, like deadlifts and shit. And I'm like, holy crap. You know, a 5-year-old learn how to drive. His dad going shotgun. Can you imagine just staring at him the whole time, mean mugging him? Just like, you better not fuck up.
Dude, you're right. There is something to think about with that young, because this is literally obviously going to be the trajectory of his life. No.
I don't know. If he's this good now, you could retire by 8 and pick up a whole new skill. You know what I mean? Maybe he's a master chef by age like 12. I mean, why not? He's either a prodigy or I don't know. He might just be a prodigy. I mean, he's really good.
It's incredible, but like, yeah, it is worrisome. Like when it comes to development, right? Because like, how many kids have that where it's like, oh, I'm actually like the first 5-year-old to get a license and I can race.
It's the same idea of like children's celebrities. You know what I mean? Like,
they all go through it.
Well, just being in, for lack of a better word, not a realistic way of living during your formative years makes it hard for you to function as a normal person later in life. You know what I mean? Like, if you get told yes and can buy anything you want and travel anywhere you want, your whole I'm 8 to 14, and then suddenly you're not famous anymore, you tend to go crazy.
I don't know why, but I'm reminded of Kelly Osbourne, believe it or not.
Okay.
In the Osbournes, when it was a show
in the early 2000s, I think that was their reality show. Yeah,
and they were just put on blast, right, their whole lives. And I remember Sharon trying to give it to Kelly, like trying to parent her, and Kelly was just like put her in her place, being like, we didn't live a normal life.
Yeah,
like you literally grew us up around rock stars. Like we were on tour, we didn't go to school like most of the time. Like it's like, So yeah, I'm guessing that this kid is probably getting, if he's already getting sanctioned shit from the government to
He
drive.
started doing that from when he was 1.
So he's not going to conventional school, is my thing. He's probably homeschooled. It's probably
Yeah.
kind of under the table. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
sure he's really well educated, or as much as any other 5-year-old. I'm sure,
Correct.
but like it's just not living a normal life.
Exactly. And yeah, so it's going to change things dramatically. He's not going to live a normal life.
No, but at the same time, I could just be jealous because I have never accomplished that in my life, and I am quite a bit older than 5. So who knows? Maybe I'm just jelly, man.
I could do it. I could take him.
You can
That's
take
right.
him.
Yeah, that's right. In my Ford Edge.
All right, this is an official challenge. So
That's
get in
right.
contact at Earthling Entertainment podcast at
Yeah.
gmail.com if you
I'll take you
are
on.
this 5-year-old boy and see if you want to race
That's
Ryan.
right.
Can you imagine?
Calling you out.
Could you
dude.
imagine if they hit us up and they were like, no, seriously.
Shayo, I'm calling you out. It's Ryan from Earthling Entertainment.
Oh my God.
It's on.
And you know what? You have to do it in like a suited up Ford Focus in honor of your high school car.
Yes. The suited up Ford Focus. Yes.
That's-
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Excellent. I'm glad we
All
did
right.
that.
This is what we're doing.
So that may not be the weirdest thing we have to talk about on today's show, though. We
Yet.
actually have another one that I thought, I don't know. It's pretty funny to me. Tell me what you think, bud.
The Great Kenyan Ant Bust.
Yes.
Authorities in Kenya recently stopped what may be the weirdest smuggling attempt of the week. Just this week.
Yeah.
A Chinese traveler named Zhang Kegwin.
Yeah. Both of our real world weirds are from China. It's just strange coincidence this week.
He tried to leave the country with a very unusual carry-on item. Ants. A lot of ants.
A lot of ants.
Airport officials at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport searched his luggage and discovered an insect empire hiding inside. Inside tiny test tubes, they found 1,948. That's such a specific number of
they
garden
had,
ants.
Apparently, they had a count.
They counted.
You bet.
Like they took their time.
There's one guy just been like, 1, 2.
Oh, it crawled over here. Shit.
No.
One,
They're in little capsules, bud. They're in little capsules.
Oh.
Yeah, keep reading.
And because that apparently wasn't enough bugs, another 300 ants were stuffed inside toilet paper rolls.
As one does.
Which raises several questions. Most importantly, why the toilet paper rolls? Authorities say this wasn't just a bizarre hobbyist situation either. They suspect Zhang may actually be running a larger ant trafficking operation because certain species of ants have become surprisingly popular as exotic pets in parts of Asia. And here's the best part. Officials already had their eye on Zhang because allegedly tried a similar ant smuggling stunt last year. That time he managed to slip away. This time, not so much.
You cocky bastard. Thought you could do it again.
Not this time.
Drop the ants, you son of a bitch.
Drop the... So
It just feels like I get it. You don't want to bring invasive species into different environments. I totally understand, but it just feels like such a funny crime.
you sick bastard.
Gee, I can't believe you did this.
Makes me sick just being around you.
It's awesome.
So instead of starting their new lives overseas, nearly 2,300 ants are now sitting in a Kenyan evidence locker. Okay, wait a minute. Freedom for the ants.
Yeah, let's go.
Which means authorities may have accidentally created the world's smallest organized crime family.
It's true though. Ants are very organized, man. So if they want to escape, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so now we're in bigger trouble. So now we have 2,300 ants that are sitting in a Kenyan evidence locker, and they have a motive
Yeah, escape. That's an obvious.
and revenge on humanity. Because they won't just,
No,
they'll
they're not
take-
going to stop there.
No,
They're not going to stop with the Kenyan authorities.
It's going to continue. And think about how many they outnumber us 1,000,000 to 1, Joe.
They do
1,000,000 to 1.
probably a lot more. than
Probably
that.
actually, yeah, 1,000,000,000 to 1.
Well, you know what? Watch the movie They. Leonard Nimoy's in it, and it's about giant ants. I think it's from like the 50s or 60s. It's pretty good.
My God.
Holy crap.
Well,
Yeah, I
then
guess that's it. That's
we're
it.
fucked.
Yeah. Honestly, if we have to fight against any hive mind, it's a really simple way to have to kill the queen or the main person, and then the whole army dies. Like, it feels like a cop out to me because it happens in a lot of movies. The first one that popped in my head for some reason was Age of Ultron. There's all these robots that are just doing it, but as soon as we kill Ultron, they all die. And there's so many like other ones that do that with monsters, or like there's a horde, there's an unstoppable thing. Oh, we killed the leader, they all fell over. Ender's Game. I mean, I don't
Oh, my friend, the robot.
know. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. And remember to download the episode. We're not kidding. Downloading the episode is a great way to support the show. It's how you tell people in number version, which is all the world cares about now, that they're worth advertising on our show. So, definitely hit the download button. And if you would like to talk to us, you have a cryptid you want to hear about, or you have a paranormal story that you want to share with us, you could send us an email at Earthling Entertainment podcast@gmail.com.
And honestly, the other best way is just share us around. Be like, hey, if you like this episode, share us with a coworker, share us with a friend, with your dog, with somebody. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't really care if your dog does it. I don't feel like they could download. I mean, I get it. Pets need to listen to stuff when you leave. So
Not yet.
if you guys download and then play it on the Spotify app on your television, then that's fine. You can do that for your dog. But if there's no downloadings, I don't give a crap.
But yeah, word of mouth. Word of mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I threw you so much on that one.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, and one other thing, guys, we have an official coloring book.
We do.
Yeah, you could find that on Amazon. Just a simple Earthling Entertainment coloring book, and it'll come right up. It is over 160 pages, double-sided illustrations, full-page illustrations of your two hosts, me and Ryan, hanging out with cryptids, doing famous alien sites and hauntings and
A
different
lot
places.
of the stuff that we have covered is in there, and it's like so cool to see it. And all of it goes right to this podcast, right to helping us out and keeping this streaming for everybody every week.
Absolutely. So from everyone here at Earthling Entertainment, see ya.
And goodbye.
Oh, and after the song, we got like a few false starts that are pretty fun.
Oh my
if
God.
you want
Yeah,
to-
we had a fun start today. Happy belated St. Patty's Day.
Yes, because even if you listen to this in the earliest possible moment, it's still going to be 2 days after St. Patty's Day.
But today it is.
Goodbye.
Bye. Top of the morning to you, and welcome to another episode on St. Patrick's Day.
It's not on St. Patrick's Day, though.
Today, when we're recording, it is.
I mean, fair, but like it's 2 days from now. It's the future.
That's
for,
true.
For the people listening.
So this is a time capsule St. Patrick's Day podcast of.
It's not. We're not even having a leprechaun theme.
That's true. We did that already.
But my point is, there's nothing St. Patrick's Day about it.
I'm wearing green right now.
Hooray!
Earthling Entertainment
All right, I think that's going to go at the end of the episode.
with Joe and Ryan.
That's good. We're not using that, though.
I know.
All right. Hold on. Why did you fall? Did this slowly fall, or did I adjust it? What's happening here? Hello.
Ray. Egon.
Batman.
Ready.
Okay.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Earthling Entertainment with your hosts, Joe and Ryan.
That's right. I'm your host who has bowed down to the power of the crystal.
What does it do?
I don't know, man. I was just looking at the Dark Crystal poster across the room, and you know how we always have like
Yeah.
saying something like "I'm your host who da 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 da."
Yeah.
And so that's what I came up with.
I don't think I ever seen the Dark Crystal. Hi, I'm Ryan.
Really?
Yeah.
How have you never seen the Dark Crystal?
I don't know. I missed out on a lot of like the live action kids movies.
Dude, the Dark Crystal was directed by the guy who was face Yoda was based on, Frank Oz,
That's true.
the puppeteer.
Yes, I know that. I know that, but I still
And you
have.
still haven't seen it? It's like if Dagobah was a movie.
I know, and I straight up I saw like Labyrinth, but not until I was older. Same with like Goonies. I didn't even see Goonies till I was in my 20s.
Okay, well, Labyrinth, Goonies aside, I'm not going to talk about Goonies. Not saying it's good or bad. Just we're talking puppets.
Okay.
Labyrinth is good, but Labyrinth has human people, where the Dark Crystal is all puppets. The whole damn thing.
Okay. See, yeah, I haven't seen it, so I have no idea.
It's really good.
Yeah. Well.
I'm Joe Wakefield.
And I'm constantly disappointing him.
I feel like that should also go at the end. All right. One last time, sir.
Okay.
One last time.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Earthling Entertainment with your hosts, Joe and Ryan.
Hey, I'm your host who grew up in a sandcastle. It's a long story. I was a crab. Joe Wakefield.
And hi, I'm Ryan, a sandcastle, you say.
Yeah, man, it's always supposed to be something paranormal or fun, but like I just have I have 2 children and we watch a lot of kids stuff. So
Yeah.
it's all becoming like stupid and innocent over time.
Well, there is a Pokemon called Sandygast, which is a haunted little sandcastle. So there you go. You could be a Pokemon.
I guess I'm not as weird as I thought.
See, I've always got a Pokemon reference to make you feel better.
That's true.
That's what I'm here for, guys.
All right, excellent.